today.
The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now back to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
2nd and 4. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Breaks it. And, oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Now Purdy.
That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 14-0.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, it's Webster. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Purdy now to throw.
Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
Play action. Now Purdy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a kick.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Webster, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
On first down, it's Webster, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Webster. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
On 4th down, on his groupie to try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Purdy.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good.
And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. Taking it in.
And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Groupie now for the extra point.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime.
And even 40 yards.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy.
And Matthews over the middle with a grab. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Eluding the pressure right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
84 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Purdy looking to throw.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game.
And this throw will be intercepted.
It's Jair Brown who's got it.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Webster. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. He'll drop to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Jair Brown who's got it.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you, but that worked really well. last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Bioski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll drop to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Open target. Here's Matthews. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Purdy off the play fake.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. They go play action here. Purdy.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Webster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Tucker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Niners, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.